Welcome to episode 91 of Sorry for the Delay. I'm your editor, Mia. This week, the boys are calling this their worst episode ever. They talk pet peeves, particularly the annoyance of people not staying in their lane while walking. Sean is not ready for the awakening of underwater volcanoes and challenges Joshua's disaster preparedness. We also get a heated debate on Disneyland not being the happiest place on Earth. All that and Labibos. Or is it Labubu? The boys talk their value. Enjoy the show.
Hello and welcome to another episode of Sorry for the Delay. We are your hosts. My name's Sean. This is Joshua. And Joshua, this is episode 91. Or as what we're going to title this episode, the worst episode ever. Because we just got off the high of the 90th celebration. And now we're falling back down, until we get to episode 100. Then we'll come back back up. So, episode 91, buddy. How are you doing this
So I guess we peaked, right? We peaked at 90, and now it's like we're a baby again, and we're learning how to crawl, and we're shitting our pants again. Just learning how to walk again, I guess.
I always shit my pants.
But I'm doing okay, other than the fact that if you're listening to this in the morning, this might sound weird, but I just spent the last few hours painting. So if I'm a little loopy, if I'm a little kind of weirder than normal, which is kind of hard to do for somebody like me, because I'm already kind of fucking weird, I just been sniffing paint fumes for the last 7 hours. So
what can I ask? What were you painting? Were you artwork, or was it painting a wall? You outside painting a fence? What are you doing?
No, so we've had paint in the garage for quite some time, and I've been living where I've been living for same amount of time I've had the paint, 8 years, 7 years, whatever it is, and the project has not happened until today, believe it or not. Apparently, I'm just so busy.
You got lazy.
The last 8 years that I hadn't had time to even paint.
Really? Yeah. In the last
busy.
8 years, you've just been so busy.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay. All right, makes
so
sense.
Fucking
yeah,
busy.
Sure.
But yeah, it's just been painting. So it's our master bedroom. So we had to move all the furniture out, get all the laundry off the floor, all the shit that just shouldn't be there anyway. So it's kind of like a spring cleaning, also in a way. Okay. But man, this they say water-based paint doesn't give off a whole lot of fumes. But if that's the case, the way I feel, I don't know if I'm a believer. It might be fake news. Because I'm feeling the type of way right now.
Well, I feel like paint in general still has an odor to it. Even though it says low VOCs on there, it still smells. It's still going to kill some of those brain cells, but at a lower risk.
At a lower rate.
So,
it's kind of like an alcohol percentage that's just not as hardcore, which could lead us into what's in our cup.
Exactly.
Yeah,
there you go. Look at that segue. Oh, shit, buddy. Oh, God. Oh, by the way, everybody, this is a late night pod again for the third week in a row, I guess. But there's that. So, Joshua, what is in your cup this week? Is it just straight bourbons?
Sean, you're lucky because today, because I've been, sniffing on paint fumes, I thought I'd keep it simple, and I'm just drinking water. Yeah.
Wow. That's
be mad. Wait.
Utterly disappointing. That is sad. That is sad.
Damn it. I was hoping for...
This episode's over this week.
I was hoping for a bigger reaction because, come on, Sean. I got whiskey, buddy. I got whiskey.
Oh.
I got whiskey.
Oh, well, he lied. He turned water into whiskey, everybody.
There you go.
It was beautiful. Sensational, really.
See how it flips? See how the color just changes on screen?
That's
movie magic.
Movie magic. And for those of you who missed it, Joshua showed me a glass of water, and then he did some witchcraft, and it is just a full glass of bourbon and a little bit of ice.
Some people might even call it biblical, what I just did right there, but, who knows?
Some people would. Hey, buddy, after looking in your cup, are you a person who cares for the flavor of ice cubes? Because your ice cubes are real cloudy, do you care?
Well, I don't know. I wouldn't say I sit there and like water and taste, smart water and all these other different types of water. So I don't sit there and suck on ice cubes all day. So I don't know if the flavor of an ice cube really matters to me. I mean, the clarity. I'm not looking at an ice cube the same way I would look at a diamond. There's not the 3 C's or the 3 W's or whatever the fucking the 3 I's and ice that I got to look for. Yeah, I don't think so.
Okay.
Yeah,
I just thought I'd ask. So it might bother some people or whatnot. So I just thought I'd ask. But yeah. Cool beans, man. Cool beans. You want to know what I got?
Let's hear it. Let's see it. Hear it. Taste it.
Yeah, I haven't opened it yet. But this one is kind of a callback to you, buddy. This is Golden State Cider, Mighty Dry. There's a little otter on there too, buddy. A little otter on here. What makes this cider kind of unique, other than it being from California, is that the fact that they use something called champagne yeast. And what that basically does is give this cider almost a champagne-like flavor, but without the the grape taste, if that makes sense. I poured it into my little cup over here, so I'm just gonna drink it right now. But it's very fizzy. Look at that.
You can hear that.
Fizzy as fuck. But it's beautiful. It's delicious. I've had this before back home. It tastes like a semi-sweet cider with the addition of a yeasty quality to it. So think of almost like a beerish flavor without like the aggression of like yeast from the beer. So it's good. Almost like a champagne.
I will say that when you drink a bunch of ciders, I don't know. I feel like I get a bigger hangover from ciders than I do like
it's all sugar.
Light. You know what I mean?
It's definitely ciders are a lot of sugar, buddy. I mean, I can tell you, there's a thing on here. There is. Sorry, while I vamp for a second.
So we drink the ciders for the sugar, and we drink the Coors Light for the water.
Right? Realistically, there's actually not that much sugar in here. There's 9 grams of sugar, and that's it. Okay. So that's less than a can of Coke.
Oh, shit. Yeah, there you go. If we're comparing it to Coke, I mean, Jesus.
Yeah. Actually, I'll have like 6 of these then, knowing that now.
I mean, Coke will rot your brain and your teeth. It'll dissolve a nail if you really want to get technical. But
I love Coke though. There are a few things in life that I would give up, and Coke is not one of them. I would not give up Coke. Like I would rather like lose my pinky than give up Coke. It's just good. It's just like, you can't tell me that it's not good. Like you're eating like a taco, like a street taco at a food truck, and then just a nice glass bottle Coke to go along with your beautiful tacos.
Well, we talked about water
just hits,
one time.
Just fucking hits, bro.
The different flavors of water. So Coke also, depending on where you get it, has different flavors. Coke isn't the same Coke everywhere.
Yeah. No, not at all. Mexican Coke.
McDonald's Coke.
You have American Coke. Yeah. Put them all together, just Coke is delicious. Now I'm thinking about Coke.
It's
God, I'm thirsty.
Yeah. Well, there you go, man. Fucking have some Coke. Enjoy it while you listen to these two guys. I don't know about Coke early in the morning. If you're listening to this in the afternoon, I guess that's could do that. Not bad.
Hey, you kind of reminded me of something. I think I know where I get my obesity from.
Oh shit. This is where we're going today. This is where we're going. We're breaking scales.
Hang on, let me tell a fucking story here. Right. When I was going to school, the breakfast that I would consume on my way to school was as followed: 1 can of Coke and 1 Nutri-Grain bar in the flavor of strawberry. That was my high school breakfast when I would go to school. So maybe that has something to do with it. Maybe I should figure out like a lawsuit situation.
A lawsuit situation. Get in line, buddy. Jesus.
Don't be like one of those people who sue McDonald's for making them fat.
Yeah. No, you have a better chance suing them because their food's too hot, or their coffee, because people have won those lawsuits. So you got a better chance of that than trying to go after them for like obesity. They just be like, eat less, dummy. The calories are on the fucking the boxes now, so it's your own damn fault.
Yeah, good point. What if I say that that the carbon monoxide, the carbonation in the can of Coke was too much and it had my organs like expand or something? Like, do you think that could be a valid?
I mean, they actually say, I think, a certain amount of what CO2 is actually good for you. I think there's CO2 tablets that people put in. Really? Yeah, I think this is the thing.
Huh. Well, someone's gonna have to fact check that.
Yeah. No, I think that's the thing. I think that's why people love like fizzy water. That carbonated water.
But I mean, I love fizzy water, but I don't know of any CO2 tablets that I'm putting in there.
They exist. Fact check that. Somebody look up CO2 tablets and then, Wish we had chat sometimes on tap. Chat on tap.
Who would be in the chat? Nobody would be in the chat. We do these things so late at night.
ChatGPT.
Oh, I see.
ChatGPT on tap.
Yeah, have chat that would be pretty cool. If I could find a way to do that for us, I will.
I want to coin the phrase chat on tap. Can I coin that? Chat on tap?
Chat on tap. That's great. That's great, buddy. That's fucking great. I love it. You can do that. We're copywriting it right now. I mean, it's in the description. So there you go.
Thank you.
It's in the transcript. Speaking of transcripts, head on over to sorryforthedelay.live/episode 91 or EP.91. That's how we categorize those things.
Episode ever.
And or just look up the worst episode ever of the podcast and you'll find this one. Congratulations. But on that website, you can find some beautiful merch, including the shirt that I'm wearing right now.
So sexy.
The beautiful mermaid girl. Also, just for the record, because we're in the housekeeping corner, Joshua did purchase some shirts for housekeeping for this episode, and he's not wearing any of them. So I don't know what that makes it. Does that make the merch not good enough? Does that make Joshua too lazy to put on a shirt? Who knows? But what we know, head on over to sorryforthedelay.live/merch, and you can get yourself some badass shirts. And then on top of that, I really have nothing really going on. I did jump into the stew recently to start the Halloween collection or the fall time collection.
Very cool.
For this year. The summertime collection is still there. I think it's going to run until the end of August is what we decided, Joshua. Yeah. August 30th, I think, is the last one. And then we'll go ahead and we'll release the new Halloween stuff. And, that actually does remind me. I've been getting a lot of feedback on some of the artworks, and one in particular being the Black Cat t-shirt. Just know that it's going to get a redesign. So if you don't like it the way it is now, you'll probably love it when I redesign it. So just stick around for that one and you'll have a really cool looking black cat. But I will say, if you get this original one now, the rarity factor, could be a thing.
Look at him trying to push it.
Just saying.
Trying to push it. Yeah. So the thing about Sean, he takes pride. We take pride in the artwork. And I get it as an artist. You want everybody to like it and everybody to love it, but you got to appreciate the feedback, which I always do, even if it sucks. Constructive criticism, no matter where you stand, everybody needs it. So give it. We'll listen to it, and then we'll take it as it comes. So appreciate it.
Yeah, and we'll make things better. That's really how you progress in anything. Is you take the feedback, you make it better, and you move on. So that's what we're doing with the Black Cat shirt. So it'll still be available in the shop, but just know that it's going to get a redesign. So there's that.
Perfect.
Other than that, transcript, get everything that we're saying. You can read it like a novel right there in the episode description. What else did I have? I think that was it. Joshua, I think I'm ready. For the chat with us section now. Unless you got anything.
You're ready?
Unless you got something.
You don't want to hear? Okay, because I got to bring this up. Get it off my chest because it's brought to me earlier. We did a segment a while ago. It's called Pet Peeve of the Week. We only did a couple of these. We only did a couple of these pet peeves. Yeah. And I started asking around about people's pet peeves. And if you got one, let us know because I'm curious about people's pet peeves. So I asked this person, do you got a pet peeve? And they were like, you know what, Joshua? I do have a pet peeve. And they proceeded to tell me their pet peeve is people who don't stay in their lane.
What do you mean? Like in the driving lane?
No.
Or like, okay. What does that mean?
So when people are not staying in their lane, what this person was referring to is, have you ever been walking towards somebody and all of a sudden they're just acting like they're drunk? They're going left. They're going right. And then all of a sudden you start going left and you going right. And now nobody knows where the fuck they're supposed to walk by each other on. It's like this little fucking dance that we do. And then you start making eye contact. And then there could be like a bump on the shoulder and then a fight breaks out because you're bumping shoulders now. So I just want to know from a pet peeve, does this bother you when people do not stay in their lane when you're walking like towards it, just like there's that dance that takes place. It's like, you just...
So it doesn't bother me per se. It does make it makes things awkward when I'm walking down the street, and that could get bothersome if it's constantly happening. But I'm such like a pacifist or like a passive aggressive person that if like that incident happens and you're doing the little dance, right? I usually just laugh it off and I stand still and I let the person decide which direction they're going to go. I find that to be the best outcome. So, but no, I wouldn't say it bothers me, but it would if it happens consistently.
See,
like, I guess if you're like jogging and shit and like you're running into people, like as you're like not physically running into people, but like you're running and you're constantly meeting people as you're running, I could see then it would be consistently happening. But yeah.
See, with Sean's felt, he's not what he doesn't understand is Sean's a big guy, right? Sean's tall. So everybody just gets out of his way. So if Sean's going to run, it's because Sean's being the asshole and he's messing with them. This is what Sean does when he's walking down the street. He gets in front of people on purpose just to have this dance on. He just does this to people. So it's kind of different for Sean.
Dance off.
Now, somebody like me,
I'm like,
I might be, I'm not going to say my weight, but, I tend to have these dances with people and I started to think, is there like an etiquette? Should you always pass on the left or the right? Like, is it like driving a car? When you're going towards it, should you just always pass, I think
it depends on where you live, right? Okay. So I think here,
we all live here yeah, you're right.
Well, let me finish my say. Here in big America, we drive on the right-hand side of the road. So I feel like if you're going anywhere, you should always be walking. Like if you're going forward, you're walking on the right side, If you're coming back down, you're walking on the left-hand side, So I think if you're passing somebody, pass the Ducci on the left-hand side. Is that the way that song goes?
I think so.
So, pass somebody on the left.
Yeah, so I don't know. I wanted to bring that because I wonder if anybody else experiences these awkward moments where like, just stay in your own fucking lane, man, because it gets weird. Because for me, I don't even know how to dance. So when I got to do this dance, it gets even harder. I don't even know how to, like I literally have two left feet, so maybe it should be easier for me to pass, but I don't know. Yeah, buddy.
Interesting.
My little pet peeve there.
That is a good pet peeve, though. Thank you for the person who shared that. Appreciate that.
So you ready? Ready, Sean?
I'm ready.
The audience ready?
I'm ready. What do you got,
Sean? So this is
the audience left.
The audience,
15 minutes ago,
right? Literally.
Like there's nobody here now. This is the worst episode of the whole show. Like,
all right, man. Here we go. Let's get to it. We got buttons and we got topics. This is what we got today.
Okay.
So for the first topic for the chat with us section, and again, we appreciate everybody who chimes in on these things. If you're interested or have an opinion about it, please let us know. The first topic that we got is underwater fire giant, Sean.
Okay. Underwater fire giant. It seems like an AI topic, but we'll find out.
Who knows what we're going to get to. This topic here is brought to you by the man himself, Sean, over there. Yeah, if you're watching on YouTube, right here. This Sean.
Remake madness is what this topic is called.
And the third topic, we don't got a lot today, so hopefully, we don't got a lot.
Hopefully we can stretch it out.
Third topic for today, and then I had this one right here. So, Labibo or Labiboring?
Labibo?
Or Labiboring.
That's funny. That is fucking funny. Oh God.
Underwater fire giant, Sean. This is kind of a big one, and this is something that's come up in the news. And if anybody is into science like I am, and you kind of just like start coming across these things. But Sean, have you heard about the underwater volcano off the Oregon coast?
I've heard there are multiple volcanoes. I mean, the one specifically that you're talking about, yes, I've heard. But I think there's more than one along like the Pacific Rim, right? There's like a group of volcanoes around the Pacific Rim.
Yeah, there's actually a bunch of them. And it, not to scare you even more, but there you go, Sean. There are...
Oh, thanks. Joshua is showing us a map of all the volcanoes.
Yes. Currently, these are all, obviously they're not all active, because if they were, we would be in trouble. But this is a list of I don't think it's all of them, all the volcanoes up and down California, Washington, Oregon, and I see a couple up there by Sean.
Oh yeah.
So this gets a little nerve-wracking, right? When you think about these things that are kind of laying around, right? But recently, this volcano off the Oregon coast has woken up. The sleepy giant has woken up. And it's actually something that has happened in the past before. This one it started going off in 1998, but roughly every 10 to 15 years since then, this volcano starts to go off again. And now it's back alive.
Okay. All right. Bring it on, volcano. Like, what's up, you know? Like, so what you claim, bro?
My thing with this, right, is every once in a while humanity gets a punch in the face, and they come in the form of volcanoes, they come in the form of earthquakes, and they come meteors. You know, there's a bunch of shit that happens to us as people. And I have to ask myself sometimes, am I prepared for this? Or Sean, would you be prepared, or would you know what to do? Or do you know what to do?
No, buddy, I'm fucked.
You are fucked.
I'm fucked. Like, what am I going to do? Like, natural disasters are one thing, you know, like, yeah, you can have like a first aid kit, you know? Yeah, you can have some fresh water somewhere here. You can fill up your tub and, like, you know, do all the survival stuff. But realistically, you're fucked. Like, what do you can't, like, if the volcano explodes, right? Maybe I die instantly, you know? Maybe the seismic blast kills me. And then at that point, shit, I'm up there fucking having a beer with Elvis, you know? Like, it doesn't matter. But if I don't die instantly, where am I going to go? The traffic alone to get anywhere would be insane. It would be insane. There would be no way of getting anywhere, you know? So there's really no preparation that you could realistically do unless you were told a month in advance, hey, this is going to happen on this given week, right? Because then within a month, you can figure out a way to get out of here, like out of the danger zone or whatever, you know? But that's not going to happen. That's not going to happen. Nobody's going to know within a month. Well, maybe. I mean, it's a volcano. People, they have ways of testing it. But besides the point here, right? You're not going to know when this stuff is actually going to happen. So to be prepared for something like that, damn near impossible. So
okay.
I'm screwed. So if in the news, if the volcano explodes and there's no episode, or Joshua comes on here, big old sad puppy dog eyes, just know I'm gone.
Sean is gone. So the three things that I'm about to read off don't even matter because you're not going to do them. Like, there's no way to prepare.
I mean, you can read them to me.
Yeah,
it doesn't mean I'm going to do them.
Okay, so if you're okay with just dying like Sean, you know, I think there's a big percentage that just is okay and not being prepared and just having a fucking cereal in his fridge and just eating his dog and shit. Like, if he's okay with just like laying, rolling over, then just do everything he just said. Just don't do nothing. Just don't be prepared at all. But according to chat, if you wanted to prepare at all and have something to be ready for this volcano that could be going off, number one is know your risk zone. So know your risk zone. Clearly, Sean doesn't know his risk zone. He just wants to die.
Nope.
Number two.
Not at all.
Have a go bag ready. So have a go bag ready. So if you don't got a go bag ready.
Yeah, but where the fuck are you going to go? Where the fuck are you going to go?
This is the advice.
You're going to be stuck in the road, and then what's going to happen? The lava's going to hit your fucking car, and then you're going to melt through, and it's going to melt on top of you, and you're fucking dead.
On top, so clearly Sean did not read number 3 because it's plan your escape. So Sean, he has already just given up on how to even get out, and then getting out isn't even an option for him. He just wants to sit and just let it happen. So
Joshua, Joshua, you are going to be in a city with hundreds of thousands of people. All of them are going to try to escape, right?
No, because some people could be
There
just
is
like you that just
nowhere.
want to sit there and do nothing. So you can't say everybody wants to escape. They could be just like you, like, fuck it.
There's
One less
nowhere
person,
to
you,
go, buddy.
It's in my way.
It's not going to happen. It's not going to. I guarantee you, people who try to, dude, go look at any natural disaster and how bad the traffic is. Like it's not happening. You're not driving anywhere. Like you're fucked. You're fucked.
So e-bikes, a skateboard, things that don't require gas.
Yeah, you're gonna skateboard fucking through a highway while there's a fucking volcano going off.
I don't know.
Incinerating people in their vehicles. Yeah, go fuck yourself. That ain't happening. Fucking get out of here with that shit. Fucking bike tires are gonna melt before you get the fucking road on. Jesus.
I get it. I mean, some things, I think like a volcano, you kind of have a chance. Just saying. I think you might have a chance. But if a meteor crashes down,
Scientifically, maybe,
we were talking about volcano. So Sean doesn't matter if it's volcano. He's just giving up to that too. So
Dunzo. I'm gonna sit here,
there.
watch my last thing of Pornhub, and just fucking let the heat take me. So.
Get cooked like a little popcorn kernel, just pop.
Yeah, it'd probably be instant, which would be nice.
I don't think
So that's cool.
I think you melt slowly, man.
Maybe.
No.
Maybe, but I mean, if that's the
you
case,
melt. Like your skin melts. You ever seen chicken cook in an oven? That's your skin.
No.
Like that chicken does not instantly just cook for you. It takes like fucking 45 minutes so that shit gets to eat. You're gonna be the same fucking way.
Listen,
They're gonna cook you
if
slowly.
it happens, it happens. All right, I'll let you know in the afterlife what happens. All right, just saying, fucking saying.
All right. Well, there you go, man. If you want to make it, be ready. Have a go bag. If not, sit there, get blown up, melt, get cooked like a chicken.
It's nothing. Listen, there's nothing you can do. Just enjoy it while you still have time. Just putting that out there.
There you go, buddy. That's what I got. Underwater fire jet. Don't be afraid.
Don't be afraid. All right, buddy. Hey, before we get to remake madness, let's take a little break from the amazing content we're providing you guys and listening. Let's do an AI song for the week, buddy. And to everybody listening, you guys can head on over to sorryforalittle.live/AI radio and to hear this next song in its entirety. But Joshua, this song is based off of my fun find for the week, and it'll make more sense when you see it. But this song is called Claws and Scales. So here you go. This is track number 41. We're getting real up there, buddy. Yeah, real 41. Up there in the tracks, which is crazy. So here you go, guys. Enjoy it.
Tangerine sheen slip from the muck, flight his fins real wide, but the kittens didn't flinch, they just stared him in the eye. They wore collars like kings and queens, purring threats in skinny jeans, tail flicks sharp as switchblade slice. One hiss and he knew they don't play nice. It's claws and fangs and fishy things, swamp dust rising while the jukebox swings. 1 pound, 2 swipes, fur in the air. He came to scare, but baby, they don't scare. tin can shell, but they rolled their eyes like, what the hell? Little tabby in boots strutted front and center, tossed a wink, said, welcome to the litter, mister. Claws and fangs and fishy things, swamp dust rising while the jukebox swings. 1 pound, 2 swipes, fur in the air. He came to scare, but baby, they don't scare.
All right, buddy. There's your AI song for the week. How'd that make you
Is
feel?
that like is that jazzy? Like, how would you? I don't even know what to put genre to put that in.
Technically, the classification for that would be rockabilly.
Okay. All right. I mean, I think that wouldn't make a top 41 list. I think that would do it.
No, yeah,
I think
for
that would
sure.
make a top
That
41.
would definitely be number 41. Yeah, I really liked it. It was kind of fun for the trumpet solo in that one. Like the groove that trumpet was hitting is sensational.
You gotta have lungs
nice.
for that. I was never a big what kind of instrument is that? What was that? A horn? No, what do they call that style of it? Because there's like chord instruments. I thought they were just like
Corded.
I thought it was a specific
Like wind instruments,
maybe
wind instrument, like brass.
There you go, brass instruments.
section?
Yeah, I was never a big brass instrument, but I did play the clarinet. Believe it or not,
Oh, so you were a wind guy.
for a little bit.
Interesting.
Just didn't have the lungs, man.
I get you. I used to play the flute. So that
The
was fun.
recorder. Did you ever get down the recorder?
So everybody starts off on the recorder, and then you move your way up to the flute, and then you can hit the clarinet. Then you can go to a bunch of other stuff if you really wanted to. But yeah, fun times.
There you go. That wasn't bad. That was a good one.
Yeah, thanks. So if you guys want to listen to that song in its entirety, head on over to sorryforthelate.live/AI radio, and it'll be there for you. Just waiting for you to say hi.
To sing along, yeah. Well, Sean,
Yeah, sing
you go. Remake madness. Hit me with the buddy.
Remake madness, Joshua. I feel like it's time we talk about this. Last week we talked about Disney, and they are one of the biggest, I want to say, issues with this whole thing. But the amount of animated movies that are being turned into quote unquote live action movies, Joshua.
Okay.
Do you know what I'm talking about? Do you know what a live action movie is?
Yeah, it's like what they did with what is it, like Lion King? They did with Snow White.
Yes.
And all these other.
Exactly. So, on top of wanting to talk about them and getting your opinions on them, I wanted to start off with a list of new movies that are being made in live action. Okay, so these are the ones that have been confirmed. Okay, so I'm going to give you a few of them, and you tell me whether or not you are interested or not. Okay. So the first one that I have for you is the Jungle Book 2.
Jungle Book 2.
Yeah. Did you ever see the first Jungle Book?
I did. They made a movie about that too. Jungle Book also. Right? Yeah.
Yes.
So they had the cartoon.
That's why there's a sequel.
movie. So they're making a live action. So when you say live action, is this going to have like the animated characters and like all that kind of shit, like that CGI in with it?
Yeah, well, it's a sequel to that first Jungle Book movie.
Okay. Jungle Book 2 does not strike me as I'm going to go to the theater and see it. No. I'm not going to go watch Jungle Book 2.
Neither am I, buddy. Neither am I. No, but I don't think any. So first off, the first Jungle Book didn't need it, right? Now you give me a sequel to that. Nah, I'm good. That can go straight to VHS. I don't need to watch that. The second one, Joshua, is Aladdin 2. Did you see that? Did you see that Aladdin remake with Will Smith?
That was a terrible movie. I think Will Smith did a horrible job. And sometimes I don't know how they cast these people or whose dick didn't get sucked properly for this shit to happen. Because that was a terrible movie. And Will Smith is at like I really hope they took some money back from him. I don't know what they paid him.
Hey, you owe us this amount of money because this is bad.
I'm not trying to talk shit. I don't know him personally, but he just he went from the Fresh Prince to like the Fresh Idiot, dude, like the Fresh Dick of Bel Air. You know what I mean?
Damn,
he did.
Joshua coming in.
No,
hot.
he did, man. Like I'm not trying to. Again, I don't know him. Maybe he's a really sweet guy. He gives out full size candy bars on Halloween and shit. Maybe he's like the nicest guy out there, but I don't know. Sometimes people's egos get bigger than their waistline. And it just gets kind of fucking weird, man. So, I mean, that was not a good movie. And if they bring him back for the second one, I hope they like put somewhere in the clause if it doesn't make this much money, we're taking some back from this one and the previous one you made that sucked too. Sorry, Will Smith. Sorry, buddy.
Now you've got your hard opinions on that movie.
Sorry.
The last one I'll give you, Joshua, for ones that have been confirmed, because I have two that are kind of confirmed but not confirmed, so I'll get your opinions on those ones. But the last one is Cruella 2. Did you ever see the first Cruella?
No, I didn't.
Hopefully I'm pronouncing that right. Okay. And that had Emma Stone in it, my childhood crush. It was okay. It's better than I expected. I'll give it that. So a sequel, I'm going either way on that one, but I'm not jumping into the theater for that one.
Are you biased?
So,
because it was a crush?
Yeah, probably. I think that might be it. Definitely a little biased on that one. But, I'm not ashamed to admit it.
Yeah. So, sometimes you got to revisit those crushes, man. Sometimes you're looking at them with like beer goggles or teenage dick.
Yeah, rose-colored glasses.
You know what I mean? You're just like a dumb growing person. Your brain hasn't evolved yet, and you're just kind of like,
Nah, still in love. So I went back and I re-looked at it
with your adult eyes.
Over and over
with your
again.
Adult eyes, you're still
with my adult eyes. Okay. With my sober adult eyes. And the last two that I have, Joshua, for you are, the first one is the He-Man remake, live action. You know He-Man, I mean, that was around during your time, right?
No, that was before my time. I also remember the action figures. Sorry, I do remember the cartoons, but before my time. I never saw the movie, though. Cartoons, I didn't even know there was a movie, honestly.
Yeah, apparently they're making a live action remake of it. So there's that one. I thought that one could be interesting. So I was like, oh, all right. I mean, it might fall into the category of the movie G.I. Joe.
Yeah,
do you remember the G.I. Joe movie? Okay, yeah, it might fall into that category, but who knows? We'll see how it comes out. And the last one I have for you is the Care Bear live action remake.
I'm trying to think how you get bears to shoot magical fucking shit out of their bellies.
Right,
and
this is kind of like the problem
thing that I want to watch.
Yeah, and this is the issue. It's quote unquote live action, right? Which essentially is just CGI, right? So the movie How to Train Your Dragon just came out, which not going to shit on that movie right now because I have not seen it, and I do want to see that movie because apparently from all the reviews, it actually did live action correctly, which is remaking the original movie just with live actors, or as live as you can get them, right? Because they still did a CGI Toothless, which is still apparently very close to the original.
Wait, who's Toothless?
Toothless is the dragon in How to Train Your Dragon.
Does he really not have teeth?
He has teeth, but it's weird because he can like retract them and like just gets all gummy. Huh. You got to watch the movies; they're great movies. But yeah, this live action movie is kind of like kicking ass in the theater right now, so I want to see it before I judge it. But I think for a Care Bear movie, it's gonna have to be a lot more CGI, which then kind of like hits the realm of like what is live action. Is it just the use of like real scenes and sets and you just add your character? I don't know, man. It's a weird thing, but there's just so much going on with this live action stuff that it's like, it's one, hard to keep up with. And two, when it fails miserably, like the Snow White movie that you mentioned before. Like, when stuff goes bad, it goes bad.
I think if they made like Care Bears, made them like to not care, like they made it like a horror style, like they did with Winnie the Pooh, like they just shoot fire out of their bellies, and like you reach for them to give them a hug, and their belly opens up, they eat your arm or your face or some shit. You know, if they just kind of remake the Care Bear and make them they care less, you know.
I think that's just going to be a parody movie. Like, that's a movie that you got to create now. So good luck with that.
I mean, fuck. There's no good luck. That's a winner. You make any bear angry and mean, somebody's gonna love it. People like that wicked shit. Halloween's coming.
Yeah, honestly, yeah, you're not wrong. Probably.
They did with Winnie the Pooh.
But that was it, Joshua. That was my remake madness. I mean, how do you feel about these remaked or movies being remade, or animated movies being remade into like live action? How do you feel?
Well, I kind of think about upper management and people that are put in position to come up with ideas. Like, are they hiring people for fresh ideas? Or are they hiring the kids of the people that had those original ideas, and now they're just recycling nepotism, and they're just recycling ideas, and they're just not bringing in new, fresh thinkers because it doesn't fit their mold? I think that's happening. I think they got too many people who think the same and want to stick with that mold. And for somebody who likes change and likes things to be different, it's not something I'm interested in. But what do they care about my money? I don't have any. So, I mean, fuck.
Yeah, good point.
Like, they don't. Yeah,
you're not the demographic
who
for
they
this.
care about is all the idiots that. I'm sorry for the fucking millions of people that go to Disneyland every single fucking year. I get it. It's your happiest fucking place, but a lot of pedophiles go there. A lot of fucking dirty shit happens there. STDs get traded daily there. Shit happens. There's holes in the bathrooms where people could spy on you and shit. There's all kinds of fucking weird shit that happens at Disney.
I don't think that's
no, it
true.
is true. There's videos all over the place about that shit.
Why are you looking at these videos?
No, I'm not looking at the videos. It's videos that pop up about how dirty Disneyland it really is, and it's a false narrative that they try to sell you that it's the happiest place on the fucking earth. It's really not. They put that there to take your money. They raise the prices every year. They make it unaffordable for families. They make parents feel guilty because they can't afford it for their kids. They take out loans and credit cards and fucking shit to go there. I mean, come on, Disney's cool for what it is, but it's not the happiest fucking place. Stop telling people that. It's really not.
So I would have to disagree with you.
Of course you would. You're a fanatic. You love Disney. You would defend them until the volcano blows up and you die sitting in your fucking chair.
That's what you tell you this
about Disney.
Joshua, let me tell you this. Hang on. First of all, fuck them kids.
Oh shit.
Right? Fuck them kids.
No, I'm going with the parents, not the kids.
You made a conscious fucking effort to have those little gremlins, and now you're paying for it. I don't want to hear you bitching and complaining because you can't afford to go to Disneyland. You got to put all these fucking loans out because you had kids. Sorry. Oh, sucks to be you. Don't bring them. Don't bring them. Put them up for adoption. You know? Then come over to Disneyland. Hang out with me. Have a beer. Let's get fucked up on the Mickey Mouse carousel. You know? So I have no pity. No pity for people who are complaining about how fucking expensive it is. You made the choice to have a family. To be happy. All right? Go fuck yourself. Go find somewhere else to be happy.
But okay. You made a point about I get it, kids, right? But even adults are finding it hard to go there to have fun because it's so fucking expensive. So it's not just about the kids. It's about grown people making $65,000 a year who can't even afford to go there. Like, it's just ridiculous.
Then I think you have something wrong with your finances. Ridiculous. If you're making $65K a year and you can't afford to set aside a little bit of money to go to Disneyland, then you don't need to go.
Yeah, but it's just not Disney. It's the parking. It's the food. It's the lodging. It's the experience. It's the amount of money it takes to get there.
See, that's the issue. So the issue is poor planning is what I'm hearing from that. Because there are ways that you can plan a Disney trip in the most cost-effective way and still have fun.
I think I see a topic here.
Disneyland for everybody.
Sean is going to do a topic someday on how to do Disney on a budget, and we're going to see how budget conscious his Disney plan is. and see how many of us can afford it and how much we have to save to go. Let's do this.
I will do it, but here's the issue that comes up every time you talk prices. It's because everybody's dollar value is worth more or less. So no matter what price I give you, you're either going to be like, oh, that's pretty affordable, or you're going to be like, no, that's still really expensive. It doesn't matter what price I give you. You're going to have one of two opinions. And that's just the way it goes.
No, because you start with what it costs to go there, first of all. So you have to start with what it takes just to get in. So right off the bat, that's what it costs you. You start with that, and then you back it up. And then if you want to go forward, okay, how much does food cost to get there? Okay, well, then don't eat there. Eat somewhere else. Okay, how much does that cost? You know, you got to work the budget, of course.
Issue, Joshua, the issue is that I can give you all those statistics, right?
Yeah.
But your value of $1 is not the same value that I have for $1.
But it's the same dollar.
I take shits on $100 bills.
It's the same dollar, though. That's my point. It's the same dollar. Your dollar, the $1 you have in your pocket right now is the same $1 I have. We have the same $1 of equal value. The amount we have is different, but it's the same dollar. It doesn't mean
you value that dollar the same way.
It's the same dollar.
Let's say, for example, Joshua, I put your ass on the streets, right? I put your ass on the streets. You're clothless. You're out there sucking dick for change.
Which would never happen, but
I give you $1, right? That $1 is going to be more valuable to you than it is to me, who's here sitting in luxury, taking shits in gold toilets, wiping my ass with $100 bill.
It's still $1, though.
That dollar is going to be more valuable. Same thing. It is. Yeah,
that's
it's the
what I'm saying.
Thing, but it's more valuable to you.
So you can buy the same thing that I can with $1. You can buy the same fucking thing that I could buy with $1.
Yeah, for now. Way to go, America.
Sure, yeah, well, good point.
Dollar ain't worth $1 anymore. Congratulations.
So people are going crypto.
All right, buddy, let's move on here. Labibo or
Labiboing, everybody. So this is a big old trend still. I didn't know if this was going to be a trend setter or a trend killer or what the fuck this was going to be. I see a lot of memes. You know, me and Sean love Funkos, and people are saying these things are going to be the Funko killer. But a while ago, I got this little Labiboo, my little Coca-Cola. We were just talking about Coca-Cola earlier, and
yeah, we were.
Look at this thing.
Look at that. This thing is. Full circle, baby. I mean, full circle on the worst episode of the podcast.
I mean, they are pretty soft, and they are pretty kind of weird looking. But is this thing really worth what everybody thinks it is? I don't know. I don't know if it is. I don't know if it's better than a Funko. I don't know if it's worse than a Funko. But I heard a weird statistic, or it wasn't a statistic, but somebody was telling me whenever weird trends like these pop up, it means the economy is starting to tank or starting to crash. So people find something to invest in that basically is like a fun little thing, like Beanie Babies or fucking.
Okay, I see.
Like even the McDonald's Happy Meals, little toys. Like people just start collecting these random little things because they have some kind of value and they resell them because the market's kind of getting weird. So I'm just curious if this is just one of those things where people are somehow thinking that this is a safe haven little investment. It's a cool little thing. So we should search.
God, I hope not.
Yeah. And that's what I'm curious about. Do you think that these things are actually as fun as they really are? Do you think they're just boring?
I think it's just a big trend right now. I don't see it as like an economy, like what's the word? Like a red flag kind of thing. I think it's just a trend, kind of like how Furbies were a thing, you know? I think eventually these things are just going to kind of die off and kind of just go to the wayside. I mean, it's kind of like what happened with Funkos. Like Funkos hit a peak and then it's still kind of just tapering off. As much as we love Funkos, right? Fucking podcast always has Funkos on here. But their value has stayed consistent rather than shooting, like skyrocketing, right? So these Laboofies or whatever, their value is skyrocketing, but eventually it's going to come down and just kind of just be a thing. right? It's just going to be a trend, and then people are going to be like, oh, you had one of these? Yeah, I had one of those too, kind of thing. So I really hope people aren't buying them thinking that they're going to be worth money in the future, because all plastic like this is not a real investment in anything. So, yeah.
Okay. So we're going with their fun. This thing is fun. This thing is soft. It is cute.
I mean, it's cool.
I mean, it is cute. Like, why would somebody not want to buy one of these? I mean, I don't know, but
yeah.
Is it ever going to be more valuable than your Jordan 1s? Probably not.
Probably not.
So I guess be careful. I don't know.
Yeah.
But yeah.
And I will admit on here, we've been trying to get them, which is kind of funny, because for so long they were so just readily available up here. And now it's like, well, fuck, can't find any of them. And, do I feel bad? No, but it is fun to get that, like, to go on the chase. It's always fun to do that.
Yeah, it's like going after the big fish. You never know if you're going to get a good one, like a unique one in those boxes. That's the other thing. Yeah, it's like when you open the boxes, like the value goes down because you open it, but how do you know what's in it? It's all a fucking game.
Yep. You know what's even crazier about kind of stuff like this is like the resale market for these things, like the fake Labubus.
That's when it gets scary.
Like, they're being made in Korea, I think is it? Japan, I don't know where they're being made, but they're being made overseas, and it's like they probably have factories with a whole bunch of these things, and that's like fueling like the knockoff market, so somebody's making money, and it's not any of the people buying them. I'll tell you that.
Right? I think I got that one for like $45 or something like that. So
see, somebody made $45. I
don't think I ever spent $45 on a Funko, but I have Funkos worth $45 I didn't pay for $45 for. So,
I mean, I think the most I've spent on a Funko is like $150.
Jesus Christ!
That's because it's one of like the rare Universal monster figures.
Well, I mean, but you love them more than just that value. You really like the artwork and yeah. So it's kind of
exactly.
You'll pay for that.
Definitely different.
Yeah, buddy.
Well, buddy, we're almost to the end of the episode here, so maybe we start landing this plane. Maybe we show off some fun finds, because we're speaking about Funkos and stuff. Let's show off some fortunes, lucky numbers. Let's give the people what they truly want.
I kind of feel sad because I don't really have a fun find. I just kind of showed off my old.
You don't have a fun find
today, man.
What kind of shit is this?
I know. Today I don't have a fun find. I mean, we said this was going to be the worst episode ever, so why don't we just stick with this being the worst episode ever?
No, it is.
And not have
you're right.
a fun find today. That's okay.
Well, Joshua doesn't have a fun find, but I have a fun find. Like I alluded to with the AI song. Joshua, this is my fun find and also artwork for the week. Here it is. Oh. So this is the creature from the Black Lagoon being attacked by kittens, which is why the song was about kittens and scales. It's because the cats went on a kitten rampage and decided to attack our lovely creature from the Black Lagoon, Mr.
funny,
Gilman.
Dude.
There,
not gonna lie,
it's pretty fucking cool. And this art was made by Kate Philbin, and you can check out a lot more of their stuff on their website, which is stupidanimalshop.com. So there you go. There's your artwork for the week. I loved it, dude. I loved it. We got this when we were in Seattle. We went through kind of like the touristy shops, and there was a whole series. There was Dracula, Creature from the Black Lagoon, pretty much any Universal monster character. But this one I found, and I was like, this is the one I want because he's my favorite. So, but there you go.
Some original artwork. Not bad. Not bad.
Fine. Yeah, original artwork. We're all about original artists. Like last week, Josiah Flores, shout out. And then, I don't want to spoil anything, but I've been watching some older episodes, and Joshua used to have a bunch of really cool handmade art, but those people just don't create anything for him anymore.
No, we got stuff coming.
I think he lost the trust. I mean,
just because I didn't have a fun find today, everybody, doesn't mean I don't have a bunch of. This is the countdown to episode 100. Okay, We gotta build this up.
Yeah,
We gotta
this is 9 episodes away now.
Yeah, so we're 9 episodes away. Yeah, so we're counting down, man.
Or as I said last week, 90 weeks. So we're 9 weeks away, which is still a correct term. It's not wrong, but whatever.
Yeah, buddy.
Whatever.
All right, here we go. Do we move on to the last part of this here? Let's get
this fucking worst episode over with and get the worst fortune out of the fucking way here.
Yeah,
I can already feel it.
Let's go to the worst batch of the fortunes, and it's the Fortunes Against Humanity bundle. You know, I would imagine this might not be your first episode, but if it is, get ready for this shit.
Sorry.
These are Fortune Against Humanity fortune cookies, and they're supposed to be funny. They're supposed to be random, but honestly, they've been duds. I think I even got one that didn't have one in it at all, which is pretty disappointing.
Yeah, that was a good one, though. That was a fucking funny one.
So we'll find out.
No fortune for you, sir.
Yeah, we're going to find out if this thing continues the trend of just not being funny or whatever it's supposed to be. Oh shit! Look, see, I opened this one and it was already open. It was already broken, so it's just getting worse.
Oh wow! It wants to be read.
Yeah, it's already going bad. All right, buddy. So here we go. Here is your worst episode ever, Fortune, for episode 91 today. Here. So here we go. You are a publicly disgraced in a man's restroom for organizing a cockfight.
All right. It wasn't terrible. Made me laugh.
Bad. So. Yeah, I mean, that's a first. And again, if this is your first time hearing these shits, it's like sometimes these are repeats. This is the first. This was not a repeat.
Yeah, definitely a first.
So thank you.
All right. I'll give that one a 7 out of 10 on the scale there.
Publicly disgraced.
Not bad at all.
There we go.
Yeah. All right. Let me give you guys your lucky numbers. Feel free to use them for whatever nefarious reasons you would like. And if you ever win anything, you're not obligated to share, but, maybe come buy a shirt. Sorry for the late live/merch. And Joshua, here are your 7 lucky numbers for the week. They are 1, 3, 8, 10, 21, 26, and 36. Once again, your 7 lucky numbers are 1, 3, 8, 10, 21, 26, and 36, buddy. Hopefully you guys win something. If not, just come back next week and get some more. Could be fun. Yeah. But Joshua, it's time to land this plane. So give the people what they really came here for, which is the end of the show monologue presented by Joshua and his sponsors over at sorryforthedelay.live.
Well, everybody, it's been another wonderful episode. Hope you guys enjoyed that back and forth between me and Sean about Disneyland, because occasionally we get into it. I hope you really loved that one. But other than that, man, I don't got too much to say. I'm still high off paint. I'm done with my whiskey. I'm ready to go to bed. I love all of you guys. Thank you to everybody who bought a shirt and is still going to buy a shirt. We appreciate all you guys. Thank you for the love. And we will see you next week on episode 92.
Oh, yeah. Hey, I did get some feedback on a shirt that was purchased. They said they really liked it and the quality was great. So there's that. I was happy about that.
They are nice shirts.
Shout out.
They feel really good.
Yeah,
I'm not wearing one right
Joshua
now.
would wear one. Yeah, right. Exactly. Yeah, why? Well,
I have it right there.
Fuck us, I guess.
It's right up there.
Yeah, sure he does. Anyways, thank you guys for listening. Thank you for watching. We really do appreciate it. Head on over to sorryforthedelay.live/merch and just pick up a shirt. Like Joshua said, we'll see you next week. We love you guys. Joshua, what's coming, baby?
I do.
Here it is. What do you call a monster with a high IQ?
I don't know.
Frankenstein. Ladies and gentlemen, we will see you next week. Deuces.